Hello Aries, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your reading for the week of the 28th of October to the 3rd of November. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I'm very grateful to have you on board, and for the new subscribers, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, please join us. Having a whale of a time here. So Aries, if my readings don't resonate with you, you are more than welcome to move on to the next reader. Please remember the energies do go backwards and forwards. It is a general reading, but if you want a personal one, you can always check out the details in the box below. If my readings don't resonate with you, however, I don't take it personally. You can move on to another reader, that's for sure. Okay, what's happening for Aries? Thelema Tarot is the cards I'm using at the moment. We love the Thelema Tarot. It's very sort of ethereal. It's beautiful. Okay, we're ready. Aries, next week. Oh, Seven of Cups. Okay. The card of illusion, delusion, confusion, choice. This card often talks about us having things to choose from but not being sure which way to go, so which can cause us confusion. But the other thing too, it can be illusion, so you may think you have lots of choices but you don't, or delusion, you think you have choice but actually it's already written out for you. So something this week is causing you either, some sort of, it's dreamlike, this card. So maybe you're dreaming about what you want in your life, but it's not happening the way you want it. Sometimes we can wish something in and it doesn't come in the form that we want. Okay, very nice. Nine of Cups, straight out of the gate. Nine of Cups talks about a wish coming true. It talks about something wonderful coming our way, something we've wished for. So the universe is going to bring it to you. But after the Seven of Cups, maybe what you wished for isn't the right thing for you. Let's see. I see those two cards together and I think I just always hear Spirit saying, be careful what you wish for. Okay, so next card out is the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is a card of intuition. She's a person who knows what's deep inside her. She is a keeper of secrets, so she doesn't always talk about things because she feels it. She understands it from a much deeper level. So maybe you've been wishing for something to come in because your intuition's telling you it is the right person for you, the right situation, whatever. But definitely feeling like, yeah, she's got a hand extended here to the Nine of Cups. So maybe your intuition has told you somebody was right for you. The Seven of Cups here sort of says that maybe you're living in a little bit of a dream at the moment. So maybe somebody is coming back in because they're here to teach you a lesson, not to actually be in a long-term relationship. The Empress comes after this. Now, this is two major arcanas together here, so I want to get a bit more feeling for this. So the Empress is, the birther of all things. She's Mother Earth, she's Gaia, she's anything you'd like to see her as. She can be ready to birth a child, she may have already fallen pregnant, so some of you may be trying for children. If you're not, be careful with the Seven of Cups up front. But she's beautiful because she's the giver. She's the nurturer. She's the major nurturer. It's funny, isn't it? Because we've got the Seven of Cups, which talks about confusion. We've got the Nine of Cups, which talks about a wish coming true. And then I have the High Priestess and the Empress here. And the High Priestess talks about the internal stuff, the intuition, the feeling, the understanding, the knowing from a very deep level. The Empress, however, is very sort of more external. She's the creator, the birther of all things. She's, something to do with, naturally bringing something into being, birthing a new idea, creation. And what I see here is someone who's now understood how to bring something into creation through not just nurturing it, but through feeling it in their intuition. So somebody's getting a wish that's coming true here because they've been able to manifest it in the right way. So even though the Seven of Cups is at the beginning and it may not turn out to be exactly what you wanted, you are actually brought this into being. You've birthed this from something. Okay, and it's coming in very quickly for you here too, because it's a Chariot card. So something you've wanted a lot, something you've desired greatly is now being brought to you, because you've been able to really truly understand what it is that you want. Okay, and here's an offer. So there's some sort of offer coming in here. I have to say, is it possible that you've been waiting for someone to apologize for something or to speak to you truly? Maybe you've been trying to manifest someone into talking about their feelings with you. It feels to me like you may have wanted someone back or wanted someone new in your life who was able to express themselves. Maybe you haven't had good relationships with people who were warm, who weren't emotionally turned off or cold. Because you're bringing in something rapidly here, and it looks like an earth sign. Yeah, okay. So the Page of Swords is here, and now I have the Emperor, and I love having the Emperor Empress here, because this tells me you've been trying to manifest a soulmate, or it could even be twin flame with having both of them together here. Now, you've been trying to manifest this because you've been doing what you needed to do. You've been wishing, yes, but you've also been manifesting it, and it's coming in quite rapidly. Now, this person will be open with their emotions and feelings and be able to talk to you about things. So it could be that you wanted to have someone who was more open. What I can say is they mirror you. So the person that you're bringing to you is a mirror of who you are, with feelings and whatever. I just think sometimes we expect things to be all daisies and roses when we have someone special come into our lives. And I want to say to you here, I think this relationship may have a bit of trouble getting off the ground. Because you're so alike, I think you will butt heads a little bit. I just feel this energy here of maybe thinking that bringing someone in is going to be perfect. This relationship is going to be perfect. I feel like with that Seven of Cups at the beginning, that you're in some sort of dreamlike state where you can bring in somebody who's perfect for you. But when they're perfect for you, it doesn't mean they're perfect. So there's a little bit of a warning up front there. Okay, and then I've got the Seven of Swords. Sorry, I haven't been showing you the cards. I'm doing it like a personal reading. Okay, so I have the Seven of Swords coming in next. Now, the Seven of Swords sometimes talks about treachery and deceit, stealing, sneaking off in the middle of the night with something. And when I look at this card here, I have an Emperor in the middle. And I have the Page of Swords holding his sword up on one side and the Seven of Swords with the guy holding his sword up on the other side. So I have to try and interpret this for you. Can you see that? That's how it's looking. So it's almost like this Emperor is in this position where he needs to speak his truth and clarify. But for some unknown reason, there's a problem here with communication. So it looks like you've brought someone in, you've manifested someone. They're the person of your dreams with the Emperor. You are the Empress. You've manifested in this person that you really want. And before I even laid this card down, I said to you, I feel like there's going to be some difficulties with this relationship. And it's around communication. So if this is you and you've manifested this in, you need to ensure that when you meet this person, you're very clear with your communication and you completely understand what they're saying to you. They could be from another culture. They could have very different ways of expressing themselves to what you do. But if you don't get on the same page, this is going to be very difficult to get off the ground. Okay, and then we have the Five of Swords, see? Because there's conflict here. There's conflict. Now, if this isn't a romantic relationship, it's business or career-oriented, same thing applies. You have someone here who you cannot see eye to eye to because your communication is not matched. And your lesson here, with the 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, it's what you wished for, but your lesson here is you need to understand how important it is to be on the same page as someone. Because I feel like that there is going to be a problem in the beginning of getting your communication right. I think after that you'll be fine, but if you don't get it right, there's going to be a lot of conflict here that may make the relationship much harder to move forward. And look, okay, this to me looks like one of those relationships. You know, it's not going to apply to every Aries. Please remember, the energies are general. This could apply to some. Take what you need. If it doesn't resonate, move on. What's happening here is there's word battles. There's idea battles. There's differences in the way you are thinking with this person. Now, they really are thinking and feeling the same way as you. But there's obviously some sort of either language barrier or communication barrier here, because it's going to be one of those relationships that could go on and off. Not in a bad way. So there looks like there's going to be a bit of conflict, and it's definitely a conflict around ideas and words, and there's definitely one of you moving away here. Now, the moving away may not be permanent. It may be that you can't resolve something and you've got to come back to the table and do it again. But there are swords all the way around both of you. So you're in the middle here, and the swords, let me just see if I can show you. It's really hard to show you with this camera. It seriously is. Can you see how the swords surround the Emperor and the Empress? So there's definitely this sort of feeling that you can't get on the same page here. And there may be a little bit of toing and froing trying to get you there. And there's an awful feeling of like being left out in the cold and feeling spiritually low from this. Now, what I can tell you, without a doubt, is that this is a good relationship because it's the Emperor and Empress. The relationship is solid. It is a wish come true. It is being bought. It's been divinely guided to you. Your intuition's on point. All fantastic. Language barrier, communication barrier, evident here. So please, if you're meeting someone new and you don't seem to click, you really like each other, you get on extremely well, but you have very different ideas on something, or you have trouble communicating with this person, I would say to you, don't give up on it too easily, because I do think it has a future, and I think that you do have to spend some time with this person, but it's about you understanding how you communicate and them understanding how they communicate. So you've got a bit of a problem here in that regard. And it's really, like I said, it's evident having that 7 of Cups at the beginning that there's some mix-up, delusion, dreamlike thing where you think everything is going to run smoothly and Spirit is trying to teach you how to communicate effectively. Maybe you've had problems with relationships before where you haven't always been able or felt like you could speak your truth. And in order to get this thing off the ground, you have to speak your truth. Now, the card that's come out for you is Eternal Youth. Beautiful card. The tags underneath say energy, new year, newness and vitality. And it is number 1 in the deck. So, the blessing says, you are about to be rejuvenated and filled with energy and potential. You will look and feel very well and your health will be vital. You'll be very attractive and people will be drawn to your youthful, free spirit and optimism. And the working with this card says, explore the blessings of the body and mind. It's time to discover what your body can do and to instigate a transformation. It is time to give in to what you love and make it a larger part of your life. So I think that what's happening here is you're being taught, maybe you haven't in previous relationships been very good at talking things out. And I feel like Spirit's giving you every opportunity with this beautiful relationship. Thanks, Aries.